Elements. Clefs and Notes on a Staff, Part 1. Treble and Bass. Of the 12 musical tones, 7 are primary and 5 are secondary. The secondary tones are derived by altering the natural tones, the changes being indicated with signs called accidentals. The musical alphabet is a series of 7 tones, A through G. In these beginning exercises, the series begins and ends not with A, but with C. So the 7 primary tones are C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. If we designate the pitch C as the fundamental tone, which is also called the tonic, the primary tones can be sung as solfège syllables do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, and ti. Solfège is discussed in other clips. Written signs, called notes, are placed on a grid called a staff, which consists of 5 horizontal lines. These notes represent musical tones. To keep track, we number the 5 lines from bottom to top. First line, second line, third line, fourth line, fifth line. Likewise, the 4 spaces between the lines. First space, second space, third space, fourth space. Again, from bottom to top. The note symbols indicate the pitch and also the rhythmic duration of each musical tone. The vertical placement of the oval-shaped part of the note symbol, the note's head, is what sets the pitch of the musical tone. Low tones are lower on the staff. High tones are higher on the staff. A special sign called a clef is attached to one of the 5 lines at the beginning of the staff. For example, the clef sign pictured on this slide is attached to the second line. The clef sign assigns the name of one tone to one line, from which all the others are diatonically noted on the remaining lines and spaces. We learn about 5 different clef signs in the course of our musical studies. Our initial exercises focus on these 2 clefs, the treble clef and the bass clef, because they are widely used and familiar to professional and amateur musicians around the world today. The treble clef sign is the G-clef, or if you parle français, c'est la clé de sol. Notice how the circular part of the treble clef sign zeroes in on the second line of the staff. This informs us that a note written on that second line, with the line passing through the oval-shaped note head, this note represents the tone G, or sol. On the piano, second line G is located there, associated with a group of 3 black keys just to the right of the center of the keyboard. Moreover, from the G's position on the treble staff, we can find the rest of the primary tones by simply following the alphabet backwards or forwards. Notice that if we turn the piano 90 degrees to its left side, with the lowest tones at the bottom, we can easily locate the same 7 tones on the keyboard, because now it is oriented in the same direction as the written staff. Actually, the keyboard resembles a staff somewhat, each key corresponding to either a line or a space on the staff. Think about that. The treble clef and staff represent the higher-pitched instruments and voices, such as the singing voices of women and children, the trumpet, the flute, the violin, and also the right half, roughly, of the piano keyboard. The bass clef is also called the F-clef, so if you parle français, c'est la clé de fa. The 4th line of the bass staff is assigned the note F, so this staff can be used to write for lower-pitched instruments and voices. These include the bass trombone, cello, bassoon, adult male singing voices, and the left half, roughly, of the piano keyboard. In the next lesson, we have more to say about the treble and bass clefs, and we also introduce 3 C-clefs, called in French clés de do. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to receive updates and watch the other clips because each clip builds upon the concepts presented in the others. Food for thought.